Type it backwards on those.
Boy, a lot of people talking about Alabama, boy.
Dog, you know I ain't watched nothing since I've been on here, bro.
Huh?
I ain't watched nothing since I've been on this motherfucker.
Hey, I'll be watching them games neither. I just be seeing people talking about how they done fell off. I'm like, yeah, because you can pay players now. Everybody can pay players now.
Yeah, kind of
And that
even
was bound to
playing
happen because
field.
they was the only ones getting away with it for the most part.
Right.
Them country folk down there, they too tight knit. You just ain't gonna come in there and fuck up what they got going on with all that snitching and shit. They trying to win.
Why
Or
it
they
won't
was
let
when
me?
they had.
Why the fuck it won't let me hit live? Please add live. So.
You know, they had that reparations rally this weekend.
Yeah, I seen bits and pieces of it.
I gotta go check it out, man. I want to go to that shit so bad.
What you talking about? This shit talking about add title. I don't even see what the fuck it say add title is. Public.
God damn, that nigga cut my coochie tickler, man. I'm so mad. That nigga know I told him the last time don't touch that motherfucker, man. By the time I realized what he did, it was too late. I can't go to this nigga no more.
Hell
I'm talking about
no.
all under the two out there, man.
Hey,
God damn.
we should be live, bro.
Need that line, man. I miss my line, man.
Oh yeah, we live. We live. Yo. What's happening, man? The fuck? Nah, my mouse went to double clicking last night in the middle of the stream, dog, and it's still double clicking, bro. I can't stand this shit.
What's double clicking?
Like I click it one time and it's tapping it twice. So if
I ain't gonna lie. On my other computer, that shit be happening too, man.
yeah, that shit got me gnawed. Oh, hey man, what y'all got going on tonight? And I know it's been a minute.
Yes, sir.
I know it's been a minute, man. I've been working, changing, moving some shit around, just moving life things around too.
Right. Yeah, life will hit you, boy. Hit you quick.
Most definitely will, man. If y'all jumping in here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, man, and share the screen right now. Cause we finna have a little conversation tonight. We're gonna make it quick, brief. Everything else. You take Creed in a minute.
Shout out to Kyrie, man. You know, he's back in the news for another pivotal moment in his career of being an athlete slash celebrity and pro black. Another chapter in the perilous trials in that road of trying to stay enlightened when you in the, you know what I'm saying, the corporate sector. Cause boy, they don't make it easy.
Well,
They don't make it easy at all, boy. Like, that don't make no sense what he got going on.
well.
And I would say shout out to Kanye West, but you know, I fully don't agree with his movement. You feel me?
Shout out to Ye, man.
Yeah, you know, to a certain degree. You feel me?
Uh,
I shot him out though. One thing I won't take away from him, shout out to him for like you say, you know, he exposing them. He exposing them. I mean, in my opinion, I don't feel like he exposing them, but
I mean, no, not
you know,
necessarily just exposing him, but for just having the nuts to even say what he said.
Yeah.
Even though
He
some
was
of
at the
it,
point
so,
where he had no choice. That was his only get back.
I mean, and then I mean, some of the shit he said was kind of outlandish and out there. Like, I ain't gonna sit there and deny it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, very few people would even stand up in any kind of way. So I kind of take it like that. You know, you can't take everything somebody say completely 100% serious or it's true, actual, factual. That's what's going on. But I mean, he the only one that's kind of opening the books in some ways. But you know, after watching that Big Sean podcast with the Drink Champs, Kanye showed another side too. So I mean, he could be on the good side, and he could not be on the good side.
You know what I was thinking earlier, right?
What's that?
I kind of got into my spiritual bag, well, slick religious bag, and you know, people say, when they quote the Bible, I don't know what passage it is, but it was like, the Antichrist will come first, and he'll persuade you to follow him, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll be self-proclaiming to be the prophet and all that, or whatever.
Right.
And then after everything's supposed to go on to shit, that's when the real Christ comes in and saves everybody.
Right.
So when I'm looking at how Kanye came out here and he was going through his little trials or whatever last week, and then you see Kyrie coming and getting hit basically with a similar trial, and it was almost like from left field. It's like, are we dealing with the Antichrist and the Christ at the same time? What's going on?
Boy, I ain't even thought about it on no level like that.
Is that the
It
parallel?
it do make sense though, and it could be an analogy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily look at all that Bible talk like literal. I just think it is a parable or a story to teach you about something, and that
Right.
story it truly line up with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Kyrie is the actual one, and Kanye faking like he the one, or trying to be in the limelight first. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because I'm like, I get Kanye exposed and everything, but I like to look at people's actions before the current situation they in now. And when I judge the actions, eh, Kanye kind of on the fence with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at a lot of what our people we looking at Kanye's actions as being like, okay, then he about to make a move that's gonna put us all on.
he ain't gonna put us all on. Now that's one thing I want people to understand. I don't believe nobody gonna make one move to put us all on. I think it's a bunch of different people that's gonna make a bunch of different moves that's gonna put a bunch of different people in different positions, and maybe not necessarily in the position where ain't none of us got to work no more, no shit like that. But it will put us in a better predicament. I mean, because everybody got their own different levels to that shit. Like Kanye is just kind of bold and arrogant with the shit. You know what I mean?
Very arrogant. Telling you.
And then
Very. I'm like,
again too, we can't demonize people for doing shit the way that they feel like it shit need to be done too. That's one thing I kind of understand from like doing all that reading and stuff. That's one thing I kind of got from it. You know, when Marcus Garvey had his way, Malcolm X had his own way, Elijah Muhammad had his own way, so on and so forth. Like we can't deem everybody was like, well, that ain't right, that ain't right, that ain't right. Just find a movement that's right for you, stick with it, soldier up, and do the best you can to protect that person. That's how I feel about it.
but at the same time, a lot of times with those people back in the day, the incentive behind why they were doing what they were doing was understood.
Right.
I think people are kind of being fooled by Kanye's incentive for the reasoning behind he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah. What's up, Cree? They fool behind it because they know he done did different antics and shit before, and that's what make Kanye uh situation so not really believable.
Exactly.
Cause we done seen him get attention before from other situations and like capitalize on it. You ain't gonna lie, when he did that gospel album, you feel me? Boy.
Gospel album. Let's talk about the recent things he did. I mean, White Lives Matter.
Nah, I'm talking about just like his past antics to get certain stuff done. Like not even the recent stuff. Like when you look at the gospel album and the money that he made off that, and then he still dropped Donda, and Donda wasn't necessarily a gospel album, and he went to kind of cursing and stuff on it like that. People can look at that like, oh, you just use that to make money, the power of this movement type thing. You know what I'm saying? And now when we come forward and you see the White Lives Matter T-shirt and you see other stuff, people like, well, you just doing another antic. You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily the movement. That's why I was like, when Kanye first did his thing, that's why I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I want to watch. You know what I'm saying? I want to see 6 months down the line what he gonna do and how he gonna carry himself. Cause he might say he lost that Billy. You know what I'm saying? Status or whatever. Which we gotta talk about how Forbes do that shit anyway. So he so-called lost that Billy status. Let me see how long he gonna rock with it before he do some pacifying. You know what I'm saying? To get back. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like I said before, like 2 years or 3 years running, he was already considered a billionaire, and Forbes never put it in they book or whatever. They never put it in the layout or whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, Forbes put Kanye West a billionaire. I think he didn't, you know what I'm saying, to surpass the billionaire status. But again, with Forbes, like Forbes go off what they can find on you, so to speak. So Forbes go off of, okay, Smurf got this house, it's worth $600,000. He got this other house, it's worth $200,000. He got this painting he just bought worth $500,000, and then they average your junk out like that. They don't know all your details and what you got going on everywhere. They just know what they can find. You know what I'm saying? Through maybe a Google search or however they find it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that stuff is public information too.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather said it best. Don't nobody know what nobody makes really.
Right.
But the fact that a lot of his money is tied in with those corporations, with those partnerships,
that's how they
get a good estimate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can track it. Shout out to my boy Walls. That's the only reason people don't really. Oh shoot! Hold up, jumped on.
Lightyear, Creature, what's happening?
That's the only reason people really don't be behind Ye no more. His goal isn't forward and direct with a path, which trigger love and hate on, for sure. Yeah, when people can't understand what you got going on, they don't know what to do. So heck no, they ain't gonna sit there and just rock with you because they don't know if you finna bite their hand or you finna, you know what I'm saying, take something away from them. Shit like that. He was saying white lives matter because of white privilege and the fact that BLM was orchestrated by the Jews to start the race war, etc. Not to go against black lives. He just loves controversy or whatever, for whatever reason.
See, whoa. Now when he said that, I feel like you reaching, thinking that that's what he was trying to go by. I don't think that's what he meant. I
don't think so.
Putting that out there to be controversial.
I really don't, bro. Like if you watch one of Kanye West's early interviews, he tell y'all, hey, I'm 10 years ahead of y'all. I'm already 10 years ahead of y'all, and everything I am gonna get, I'm gonna get. Boom. And then 10 years later, exactly what he said in that interview happened. So I don't think it's far-fetched for him to do that. But we also got to think he a rapper. He throw out double entendres and everything else too. So you can't say he don't know how to play with the words and metaphors. You know what I'm saying? The perception of. We can't say he don't.
Yeah, okay, and what about Candace? What about Candace Owens standing beside him?
Hey,
you know what she on?
What better person to put beside you to cause more controversy around your name?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you got Candace Owens beside you, and what made it worse, you went on a few platforms quoting
Candace Owens. That's the shit
and
that threw me
then made
off.
It worse. Said you went with the white MAGA crowd's narrative on how George Floyd died. Oh, he had fentanyl in the system. He was drugged up. That's why he died. It wasn't because of the knee. See, right there.
Right.
You're pandering to that crowd, bro. Nah, you lost a lot of respect, bro.
Yeah, like that was my thing. Like, if you was gonna do it, like stand beside her, take the picture, and then you wouldn't have did nothing else behind it, it would have made it look like, okay, I did that for a stunt. But the fact that you stood there, you took the picture, you went to quoting everything she said, and I'm like, how far are you gonna take this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people will say, okay, then my son just customized some forces. I mean, not forces, Air Maxes. Oh, I see what he did. But yeah, Kanye kind of like, when you do a stunt, do a stunt. Don't do a stunt and keep living the stunt. Like you,
It's not a stunt. It's
yeah,
motivation to
like
this
you,
nigga.
you went too far. You know how I hear
Man,
what boy Dave Chappelle said when keeping it real goes wrong. That nigga, you took it too far for too long, and not everybody believing it. But he all. Hey, this is one thing I want people to understand, dog. I got mad they took that Drink Channel interview down because I ain't get time to watch it, but other people been reposting it. But dog, within the first 20 minutes, he said, I'm gonna make the media mad at me, but by 2024 we gonna be friends again, and I'm gonna run for president. That shit make me feel like he taunting and doing the shit purposely. You know what I'm saying? Like he did it purposely. But hey, it is what it is.
okay, so he's doing it on purpose, right?
Right.
That's why I say black people, we have to understand that cause the opportunities, because okay, he get back in position in the good graces with these people, right? What's one of the main tactics for opportunists as belligerent ass, loud, emotional ass niggas to get in position in the good graces of these people? They use the biggest trump card,
What?
cooning. That nigga gonna try to coon his way all the way back to the top in 2 years, and then try to run for president. While black folks like we gonna be sitting over here like, yeah, Kanye, do your thing, do it for us, and that nigga is doing it for him. Nigga ain't standing up for shit for us.
But now that's what I'm saying. Like we know he done did shit for himself. You know what I'm saying? Previously, so like that's why
Previously,
I always have. But I'm saying like at this point, I'm like, hey, let me see. You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
you know what? You know, we said that same shit with Jay-Z ass when he signed that little deal with the NFL. You know what? All we got to do, let's see what he do. Let's see.
But
It's two. What?
ain't nothing we can do about that Jay-Z deal.
2-3 years later, what the hell have we seen? Not a damn thing.
The blackest Super Bowl halftime show ever. That's it.
And we been seeing niggas on the halftime show.
Not that black nigga. That's West Coast black.
Man,
Hey, you ain't never.
listen,
You ain't never.
victories, bro.
Exactly, but I'm just saying you ain't never seen a motherfucking crip walk on the NFL field like that. That ain't gonna. You feel me? Like that's
How does
what
that
I'm
help
saying.
us?
It don't help.
Now look,
Hey, it don't. It
This is
don't.
what people can say. They can say, oh, so now you don't let this famous rapper in position to put all these people in the be in the halftime show, and now what they doing? They bigging up gang culture now. Oh, see, as soon as we let them in the door, now they bigging up gang banging. The worst part of our society.
You got that.
Oh,
But if you think about it, white lives do matter in the world when it comes to them. Right. Like, but no matter what Kanye chooses to do, what are we going to do about the information he putting out? That's why he's supposed to learn and collect the information, not follow nobody to the end of the world. I hope y'all heard me because I just realized I was reading low as shit. But what Cree said is like for real. Like I told that shit to maybe J-Bo or somebody the other day. But yeah, man, just get the information, bro. Like you ain't got to agree with him, but he might be telling you some truth. You know what I'm saying? Like if he telling you some
I'm trying
truth,
to figure out
get
what he told us that we already wasn't familiar with.
And a lot of people ain't familiar with the Hebrew Israelite culture or the black people are Hebrews. I mean, you see how fast they shut Nick Cannon down and made him take down all his daggone videos.
Nah, Kanye ain't exposed the Hebrew stuff. I'm talking about more like I'm talking about as far as like exposing that, okay, if you go against the grain with corporate relationships and stuff that Jewish powers that be won't come down on you
I don't.
and
I
get you
don't
to
think.
submit.
I don't. I don't think he's. I think he's the only one that did as publicly as he has. I think people already knew, but I think he's the one that kind of like really shown it so much publicly that people like now you ain't got no other choice but to see it. You know what I'm saying? Before it's always he say she say, you know, people in Hollywood do this, that, and the third. Now it's to the point where you got to see that that's what's going on. Man, my life finna fucking go dead.
See, and I can respect that. See, that's the part of what he did do that I can respect.
Right.
I can honestly say I respect that part. But man, listen, man, we ain't like she said, we ain't following. I damn sure ain't following his ass to the end of the world because I know what
Hell
the hell he
no.
got going.
A nigga
I
drop
know
a
how he playing the game.
a nigga drop an album. I'm gonna go listen to that motherfucker. But you know what I'm saying? Anything else? And that's one thing people got to understand too. Everybody always saying, "Well, they ain't our leaders. They ain't our leaders." Nigga, we ain't got no leaders, bro. The leaders that we did have let our elders get killed, stepped out of the way of bullets and shit. We ain't got no leaders. You better become your own leader and do some due diligence and research.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about really sit your ass down and read some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep saying these names until I ain't got no more breath in my body. Go look up Dr. John Henry Clark. Go look up Yosef Ben Yakinen. Go look up Dr. Kaba, Professor Smalls. Like,
Claude Anderson.
yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson. Like, all these people have gave us ways to even Tariq Nasheed whole series on Hidden Colors. Like, everybody has gave us ways to overcome our oppression, but ain't nobody listening, and that's what we falling short at. Marcus Garvey even
See, I
said
can't
him.
say we ain't listening. I just feel like because a
Yeah,
lot of the
Dr.
people
York
that
too.
are listening, we don't get the spotlight, like the bullshit that gets, what I'm saying, promoted out here.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Is what I'm saying, it's easy to say, oh yeah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. I mean, me personally, man, with the groups that I follow and that I engage with, man, people doing their thing out here, bro.
I mean, we know that, but it's what somebody else said. I forgot what interview I was watching that old boy said that, but he made a great point. He was like, people waited till Nipsey Hussle got on and was doing the things that he doing before people was like, yeah, we need to follow this dude or we need to do this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like, we need to follow what Nip did as far as like building businesses and stuff like that. And when it's niggas in your hood that do it on a daily basis that y'all don't even fucking support. I forgot who said that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wait till the niggas got to get the money in order to say y'all support them instead of just supporting them.
I mean, but that's just human nature, bro.
That
You
is
know what I'm
human nature.
saying? Well,
Like,
in animalistic nature, it's just self-preservation. Like, what can I get
damn,
off
where
you?
my
Can I
cable
eat
at?
with you? Can I get some money with you?
Right.
We
And,
done we
and
we evolved into a state of mind where we can just support somebody from doing the right thing because we understand what's going on.
right.
But most people, they really got to feel like, okay, what can I get out of this situation? What is the incentive behind me supporting or dealing with this person?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll say he playing chess. Yeah, Dr. York too. But a lot of this information too, man, when y'all start getting it, y'all got to be careful with it, man. You can't just
Hold on. Who playing chess?
uh Wall said he brings it more to the light on who's been playing chess in the dark when it comes to corporation.
Oh, so he's saying Kanye playing chess?
Nah, he's saying the people that's been behind closed doors, they the ones that's been playing chess. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the shit in the dark. Where they controlling people and they controlling, you know what I'm saying, certain movements and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's
most
what
definitely.
Wall's saying. But Kanye just stepped to the front and said, y'all ain't playing with me like that no more. So, like I said, man, I feel Ye to a degree. You know what I'm saying? But again,
I can't trust him.
Kanye told you best. Don't trust no nigga, no.
Yeah, like I
Uh-uh.
said, he giving me antichrist energy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm feeling
Nah, I
about.
ain't gonna take it that far.
I mean, not literally, but you know how he playing both sides, trying to, he gonna go with whatever puts him in a position of power. I feel like.
Yeah, he know the spotlight gonna bring him more money, man. Like they got people
Mhm.
around them studying these algorithms and stuff, and the more, the more his name mentioned, the more everything gonna be streamed and played, and that's how you make more money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Hey,
respect Kyrie.
do he even That's one thing I wanted to know too. Do he even own his Do he own his masters?
I'm not sure. I think he only owned like 15%.
Okay, because I was gonna say I ain't think he did. I thought it was something funny going on, but anyway, on to the next story. Boy Kyrie Irving. Shouts out to Uncle motherfucking Drew.
You
You feel me?
dig?
Some of the best handlers in the game. Still right now. No matter what y'all say.
Can't believe they trying my dog like they trying my dog, man.
Man, they doing it because they can do it. I'm gonna say that. But just like he stood, ooh shit. But just like he stood up with that when he said he wasn't taking that shot. I hope he take the same stance and stand up now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I hope his finances in a predicament where he can do that. Yeah, putting the light down there make me look spooky as shit. Like I'm telling her.
Like you about to tell a ghost story or something. In the thick of the night.
Yeah, shit reflecting off my glasses, some more shit. I feel like I got candles lit in this motherfucker. But yeah, I just hope his finances in a way that he can walk away from the game and be financially straight. Because what they doing to Kyrie is like really, and in a sense too, man. I kind of want to say they're taking away freedom of speech from Kyrie as well, because he never really said shit. He just posted a picture and posted a link. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say I agree or none of that. But just because he posted it, people think that he agree. And I want to say this, man. Kyrie still ain't but 30 years old, man. So, like, he's growing and learning, and like, we don't give people the grace to grow and learn no damn more, man. That's the sad part about this shit. Like, y'all think just because somebody posts something, they co-sign it. They might post something like, hey, there's some information here we can go get. You know what I'm saying? But you necessarily can't say or won't say certain shit. And then LeBron James, bitch ass. I knew I ain't like
Oh
that coward
man.
ass nigga for a reason.
That nigga let me down with that one too, boy. And I'm a LeBron James
Man,
fan too, boy.
fuck LeBron, fuck fucking Shaq, fuck Kendrick
Barkley,
Perkins, and Charles Barkley. All y'all some suckers.
straight suckers.
Big head motherfuckers. Like, bruh, like that shit blowed me, man. Like, okay, so if y'all don't know what happened with Kyrie Irving posted a picture of whatever the name of the movie is.
I think it was Hebrews, the Negroes, something like that.
That's the name of the movie.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's got to be what it is. Everybody kind of. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Hebrews and Negroes. So the tweet says Hebrews and Negroes, wake up, Black America. Oh, so that's the title of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So he really didn't even say shit. He just posted
He
a
didn't
tweet.
say nothing. He just reposted it. Share the link. That's it.
That's it. I want to watch it now. I actually went to number one since everybody been talking about it so much. So it's number one on Amazon right now. But my biggest thing is, and we can go dive more in depth into everything everybody else said. But Why y'all mad at Kyrie but not mad at the host of the website? It's actually making money off of it. I don't get that shit. That's why I say we so stupid as people nowadays, man. Like, the fuck?
And they about to do a whole partnership deal, streaming deal with Amazon right now at the moment. So I'm like, y'all ain't reprimanding them, telling them to take the move out the platform, none of that.
No.
But you go after the athlete?
Yeah. You going after somebody that just tweeted it or reposted it. So that means you can come after any of us for reposting a damn tweet or sharing a video trailer or something like that, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, where y'all get y'all brains from? And I just feel like it's a bunch of people following. One person said something and everybody followed. Oh, Kyrie's anti-Semitic. So now everybody just say it without doing the research, without watching the movie, without understanding what Semitic rhetoric is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They were saying there was a passage in the movie. Because they conflate in the passage where they were saying there are certain powerful members amongst the Jewish community that worship Satan. And they conflate in that passage in the movie with Adolf Hitler saying, I guess, something similar about the Jews, which led to the Holocaust or whatever. So they trying to conflate that together as though these people that's a part of this documentary are basically quoting Hitler in the same context, when that's not the case.
I'm finna go buy the movie now then. Shit, fuck that. If that's the case, because it was like he quoting Adolf Hitler, and I was like, I don't know how y'all getting Adolf Hitler out of Hebrews the Negroes movie. I was like, that shit sound weird anyway.
Come on, bro.
Like,
y'all really reaching, bro.
But I do know Hitler wasn't fucking with no black people, so shit.
Ain't it?
I ain't gonna say the rest.
Like he gave a damn about us or something. Like we, you know what I'm saying? Like we was like, oh yeah, okay, he ain't like y'all, so he must like us. Man, come on, bro.
Yeah.
But you know, they conflated the argument and they made it seem like, oh yeah, and they just called it anti-Semitic. That's basically all they did. They called it anti-Semitic. And now you got all their employees in the media. That's all that's going on. They got all their employees that keep piggybacking off that quote. And now they're going on a whole Jewish jihad against Kyrie to ruin his reputation and force him to go out here and, you know, submit
right
the disdain for him quoting that movie. Well, I get not quoting the movie, but sharing the movie. And I'm like, if that's the case, that means everybody should go down for any type of movie, book, or anything that we repost. Because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure it's something in every movie, book, or type of entertainment that we've read or seen that can be considered anti-black, white, Jewish, anything. You feel me?
Oh shit! Hey, read what Crease is.
What you say?
Read the last two. I ain't see
it from you.
Damn, you can't pull it up on your phone.
Hold on.
I ain't never dug into Adolf Hitler like that. I seen some of his quotes, and somebody said something about read the book. Like they got a book on Adolf Hitler or something like that. But I never just jumped into Hitler like that.
Read it out too, man. Like I ain't really got no good signal on my phone like that.
Oh man. She said, I mean, if you know the true story about Hitler, he killed the Jews because they were lying about being the real Jews. Y'all got to dig a little deeper.
I don't know about that, man. I heard that too. I don't know about that.
I don't know about it. Like I said, I never dug into Adolf Hitler because of the whole, all the shit he done. Like I just never decided to read no shit on him. I'll read Aleister Crowley before I read Hitler, to be honest. And that's a weird motherfucker.
But what I read up on that situation, you know, I guess he was hearing about a lot of the rich ones that was a part of the nation.
Yeah.
He was hearing about them and their involvement in all the world wars and how they was helping destroy Germany, in his opinion. And that's what led him to, when he finally got financed in order to go on, you know, his campaign to build up his political system. That's what led him to attack them in that manner. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, could be a little mix of all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, you know, we never get 100% the truth at this point in time. Hitler said that the so-called Jews would be the reason the world would be destroyed, and that's absolutely, yep.
I mean, but and at the same time too, it's like every
And I
leader.
don't condone killing. That's what she said. Well, we don't condone nothing nobody doing. We just speaking on the topic, man. What we doing is just trying to bring certain information to the light so everybody can have a powerful discussion on it. We all learn and grow from it. So again, we don't necessarily agree with everything everybody said, but we
But you know, he just used the old tactic that a lot of leadership, especially in ancient times, used in order to galvanize people. You demonize a certain group of people
right.
based off some religious or ethnic divide. Then you keep boosting up another group who don't like them and give them resources in order to go
Same
against them.
the same thing America doing right now.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
That's
all
why
he was doing. It's the oldest trick in the book, man.
that's why when Dr. Claude Anderson was saying about other groups of people coming in and getting bigger was it grants? Oh, what was he talking about? He was talking about the immigration laws and how black people always been with them, but it hurt us. It hurt us more than it helped us with the immigration laws. But y'all can pull up Dr. Claude Anderson on that because I can't quote him and I'm not gonna try to. But it's about learning the information. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that come in don't necessarily fuck with black people into the shit. They just want to put a store in the hood. Want to put a damn Chinese restaurant in the hood. Want the Arabs to own all the stores around the hood. You know what I'm saying? Want the laundromats in the hood. Ain't none of that shit owned by black people.
So we don't understand yet the trick bag. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody gonna whenever they bring in their struggle, they're gonna conflate their struggle with our struggle to make it seem like it's on equal footing.
Right.
But the powers that be understand that, we can't let them black folks struggle be, you know what I'm saying, highlighted. We can't give them no real resources because they feel like we'll be a direct threat to them.
Right.
So we can give them resources because we know we just gonna make sure they stay under us because they're gonna be more obedient to us than them who we've been terrorizing for these 400-500 years that we had them in bondage and had them oppressed. But as long as they piggyback off our struggle and put us all under that blanket of minority and people of color,
right,
we can't never get nothing that's of specific tangibles to us. It's always got to be separated and divided amongst the other groups, even though they get things specifically for them.
Right. And see, that's the thing too. That's why I said I don't believe in that whole everybody just go vote. I think everybody need to learn what voting is, how it is done, and the tactics they've been using for the last 15, 20 years to get black people to vote. Don't just take your ass out there and vote because it's important, but don't be the motherfucker going and take the test that ain't gonna try to pass the test. You just got them marking some shit on the damn ballot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
good point.
Understand who you marking and where they come from and all that other shit too. But you got to understand all political agendas. You know what I'm saying, for all sides. But like, yeah, man, like Dr. Claude Anderson is one dude that like really, while he's still living on this earth, we most definitely got to tap into him and all his information. Powernomics. He got like 4 other books too. But yeah, man.
White wealth.
Yeah.
All that.
Get with people that actually educated on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's done the studying and not just saying, I'm gonna go vote for this person because it is. We ain't got shit in 600 years now, nigga. We ain't finna get shit because we don't understand the structure of it. We don't understand how to get shit done. And the people that do know how to get shit done, we need to team up with them. The intelligent minds like the Amanda Seals, the Killer Mikes, people like that, like that's pushing for something for real. Tariq Nasheed, like we need to talk to those people.
Yeah. But man, we definitely in a pivotal point in our history because like, right now we getting flooded. The zone getting flooded for us.
Right.
You know, you got the whole reparation movement that's going on, but because for generations now, about 2-3 generations now, we've been having a whole influx of not only Hispanic immigrants that's been coming in, but Black immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean. They come in, they amalgamating our society to a degree to where
wait.
Anytime they accomplish something, they put their country above their blackness.
You here for the slide past that word?
One of them commit a crime. Oh, it's all black people.
Nigga, you ain't finna slide past that word, nigga. What you
What's that?
said? What amalgamating? What you,
Amalgamated.
oh, amalgamated. Boy, I
Yeah.
thought you made a word up with MAGA. I was gonna say, boy, what the
Oh no, 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 no.
hell?
They amalgamated within our society. You know, they
Oh,
gelled
okay.
in. So when you
Yeah,
see black people, it don't matter where they from in America. Everybody think, all these black people are the same people. When clearly that ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? Us foundation of black Americans or descendants of American slaves, we different to a certain degree. We the only ones that try to be all inclusive
right,
to our detriment.
right.
When everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm Ghanaian American, I'm Haitian American, I'm Jamaican American.
But see, that's what Cree just said too. Black people gotta stop putting on they black voters on the. I really wholeheartedly believe, dog, and I might tell my kids this: when y'all feel like applications, put other on that motherfucker. Cause y'all lumping us into something that we ain't necessarily agree with. We just went with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
And until we understand what nationality truly is and the power behind nationality, we ain't gonna be able to get shit done either. Cause that's how everybody else getting shit done. Between it's two common things that I've seen in my little studying the politics is nationality and money. As long as they got that money and they got the nationality behind them, they can get shit activated and done. I mean, look how fast they got that Asian hate bill passed. Man, 2 people got fucked up, 3 people got fucked up, and I'm not diminishing. I'm just trying to shed light on the situation. For like 3 months strong, we heard Asian hate, Asian hate, Asian hate, and then within the 4th to 5th month, it wasn't even a whole year. Boom, it's a bill passed. Like how, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like how did that happen? You know what I'm saying? We need to go study that portion of history, figure out how that happened, and make a move towards that too.
They got an economic base. The
So,
Chinese, because it mainly was piggyback off of the economics of the Chinese. You know what I'm saying? They put a lot of resources behind running that campaign.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So when you say nationality, that's right. And but at the
hmm
same time, it still benefit all Asians, even the
right,
sub cultures of Asian society. But it was the main ones with the Chinese.
right. But see, that's the thing that be blowing me. You know what I'm saying? We so big busy trying to pick what's right, what's right, what's right, and I'll say this: I think black people have the money to get some shit done, but we so divided amongst ourselves that we ain't gonna never get that shit done.
Yeah, because the division is everybody black. Think that just because they skin black, that mean they are brother and sister. Like we got to get that out the
Yeah.
mix. We really got to divide in order to become one at this point.
Hmm.
Because we got too many people from outside of us, you know what I'm saying, the descendants of the freedmen that, we'll let these other people get away with disrespecting us. You know what I'm saying? We'll let these other people come in our society and they can wreak havoc. But every time they accomplish something, they throwing their nationality from where they came from out there first, because
Right.
America, you know what I'm saying? And separate themselves all the time. Like we got to get that out the mix. Like they can't speak for us. We can't have over 80% of black politicians be some type of immigrant, some type of second generation immigrant, second or third generation immigrant.
Yeah,
But
cause
they speak for all black people.
they never seen the traumas and frustrations that we went to. That's because we
Yeah.
don't have no real culture.
We
Uh,
got to call that out, man.
we depend on them for everything. Mm. You talking about the voting stuff, Creed? That's because we don't have no real culture. We depend on them for everything. And I can't say Black America don't have no culture.
We got a culture.
I think we got a culture, but it's so flawed because it's so young. You know what I'm saying? Like the culture in Black America is young as fuck considered any other. You know what I'm saying? African cultures or Asian cultures, like those, they got thousands and thousands of years of history. Like
I
we
mean,
got.
not really.
I mean, think about it though. We got disconnected. We got disconnected from a culture, and the culture that we do over here don't nobody else do. It's certain things that we hold on traditionally through. You know what I'm saying?
See the thing is, I feel like when they say culture, because I remember I had a homegirl.
What up, Paul?
I had a homegirl from Cameroon who was saying that like y'all ain't got no culture, y'all ain't got no culture. Nah, y'all just don't accept our culture.
That's what
They
I'm
feel like
saying.
their culture is
It's
better than
better,
our culture.
right?
That's all it is. But when you come over here, clearly, if you come to Georgia, there's a culture in Georgia. There's a culture in Louisiana, wherever you go. And then we all have our own base culture from being the descendants of slaves. But because for so long we've been trying to become accepted by them, even though they've been using us, they can sit there and throw in our face, oh, well, I come from, you know what I'm saying? This is how we do things. Where I come from, this is how we do things, especially the ones from Africa. And they feel like we should still move how they moving. But no, y'all cast us out 400-500 years ago. We ain't got to be a part of y'all no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we stop trying to always build the bridge with them all the time, we can finally get to a point and say, well, fuck it, we really don't need y'all. It would be
I
good
mean,
to have y'all.
yeah, yeah, it'll be good to the network and have them, but nah, we don't necessarily need them. But what
No.
I'm saying is like culture and tradition, right? Like the biggest black folks culture and tradition we got in America right now might be eating chitlins, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying that's consistent through the whole diaspora of Black America. You know what I'm saying? We have certain things, but I'm just saying the oldest, maybe like one of the oldest things I'm trying to say. But it's not really like we not together on nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we
Like
do like we are singing, how we
right,
even though we ain't Christians like that no more, going to church on Sundays,
right.
how we fellowship, how we come together, how we celebrate our holidays, how we prepare our foods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a common struggle. Like we do
Well,
have a culture.
but you got to think about it too. The culture that we grew up on, our kids ain't necessarily growing up on either. Because I mean, if you even look at the how we respect our elders when we was coming up, our kids ain't on that same shit unless we put them on it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other kids ain't on it like that. Their parents been
That
locked
mean that
up.
mean our culture changed for the worse, but we still have our culture. Because a lot of our culture came, you could basically say
Uh,
our culture came from hip hop. Hip hop was developed from our culture. A lot of our
right, right.
culture is
Yeah,
based around music and you know what I'm saying, our entertainment sector. Like that's how we developed our culture. You know what I mean?
right. Mm, I
But you,
get what you're saying.
because
Let
I'm
me.
like, what? Like, let's keep it real. What makes other people's culture so different, so defined, other than okay, it's been around for a long time?
I mean the traditions that they have. Like even when you think about how they bury people, how they take care of their elders and don't send their elders to nursing homes and shit. Like it's little things like that that help them build a sustainable link. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't got no
To mention
sustainable
together.
link. Most of the people in Africa aren't even together.
They not, but I'm saying with certain nigga, if we go and say, I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like that's something I'm gonna have to sit down with and like really think about to get my words right. But I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. They have a different cohesiveness, you know. Let's look at Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Look how Haitians stick together. Just that for
Shit, how they sticking together right now?
not right now, but we saying the culture that they came from. Look how they stuck together to get through and break through certain shit. Like you can't, nigga, we
Didn't we do
can't
the same thing?
on what?
Look at where we at today.
What Black America stuck together besides Martin Luther King and Malcolm X them? What has Black people stuck together and actually achieved and got?
Didn't we get the freedom to vote? Didn't we get the freedom to,
That was
even though
all
I
Martin
don't
Luther
fully agree
King,
with
bro.
integration, but didn't we gain that?
Like again, I'm saying that was all Martin Luther King. Without Martin Luther
That wasn't
King,
all Martin Luther King. It took a cohesiveness of people, you know what I'm saying,
I gotta.
corporations, entities.
I get what you're saying, bro. But I'm gonna have to really put my words together to deliver the message that I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, like other than the right to vote, Black folks ain't did shit in America.
What?
Hell no.
Man.
I don't believe that we have made it far enough to say our culture has done something.
Now, one thing I can say, we didn't develop an economic base for ourselves enough in order to combat all the different discrepancies and transgressions against our people the way we should have. I can say that. But to say that we didn't contribute to
I'm saying
America,
I'm no, I ain't saying we didn't contribute to America. Not that ain't what I'm saying. No, don't. Hell
Okay.
no.
Okay. What
We
you saying now?
got too much history on that shit.
Okay.
Outside of us getting the rights to vote at that one time, how have we advanced as black Americans since then? Is what I'm saying. Like in this gap, you feel me? Like how have we advanced and what have we stuck together and got since then?
Okay. Okay. We advanced to a level of independence that most other black people around the world don't have, even though it's
What?
to our detriment in many ways.
I'm saying what level of independence?
I mean, most people, a lot of black people got some real money. Like we really got shit popping. Now, whether or not we bring it together as different groups and families, now that's one thing. That's why I say it's
Yeah,
more we
that
more
might
self-centered.
that might be where I'm trying to say it and it ain't coming out right. That might be where I'm at with
But
it.
as far as saying, okay, we moving as our own cohesive tribe of people, no,
Yeah,
we ain't necessarily doing that. But when you look at certain families and certain dynamics, like, yeah, we got that shit popping. There ain't no people around the world, I don't care where they at, that's saying that's going harder than us. There ain't no other black group around the world that's more recognizable
I
than the
can
Black American.
I can step back and say that too because our culture is also the most followed culture around the world as well. Like,
What?
you know what I'm saying? But I think it's just almost like I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get in the comments because Cree and Paul been talking. Uh, I think our main export is our entertainment. I forgot who else said it, but somebody else said it. It really made me think about it. As far as sports, as far as music, and as far as fashion, those are the top three things that can get the whole entire black culture out of complete. Well, put us on some economic playing field because that's what we always dominated in. And not saying education, like we got a bunch of scientists and stuff like that, but I'm talking about that's gonna push certain things forward and people that's spending like that fashion money. You know what I'm saying? $300-400 for a pair of shoes, a stack for a pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? Getting NBA money and shit like that. I think that's what's can level the financial playing field. But we can't keep giving these people the upper hand of being quiet like they keep trying to do with Kyrie. New culture is anything that advances your race. What do we have? That's what I'm saying. Every other race culture advances them spiritually, economically, etc.
Ooh, who has? And guess what? What black culture is it has advanced spiritually, economically, without coming over here and using our resources that we fought for and that we fought for them to have?
Oh shit, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
used us. They ain't get that on their own. They
you
used
right.
us, what we fought for.
You right. You
They
right
did not
about
do
that.
that on their own.
Then J. Paul go on to say, too many broken links. Too many broken links in the black race today. I think that's another thing that hold us back as well. We got to jump back on this Kyrie because we ain't go hard enough on that.
I mean, it all tying together. It all tying together.
It do.
But he
Food.
said, okay, cuz say broken links, right?
Yeah.
Did we start the tribalism or was the tribalism started in Africa?
But that was the cultural system in Africa, though.
Okay, then so how they cultural system and they still got it. So how is it better than ours? How is it pushing them ahead farther than ours when they still going through it now?
But
They'll
you know,
come over here and they'll rep they little country for a little while until they going to get somebody from another tribe,
yeah, but ain't a
mess
lot
around and
of
say, oh, I'm Igbo or I'm Euro. Next thing you
yeah.
know, they divided.
But ain't damn, ain't parts of Africa still on the apartheid or some shit like that? Like
Man, they got parts of Africa that's still enslaved. They still got people being enslaved over there.
I know about the slavery, but I'm saying ain't some of them countries still paying Britain money for their freedom or something like that? Like, yeah, so it's gonna be a bunch of division and shit like that too.
You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, matter of fact, in Cameroon, my homegirl was telling me there's a major divide in Cameroon right now between Anglophones and Francophones. You got people on one side of Cameroon fighting with the people from another side because one side of Anglophones basically was colonized by the British, so they English speaking. Then the Francophones was colonized by the French, so they speak more French. So you got the Anglophones thinking they better than the French speaking Cameroonians. And now they got a hold of the divide over some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what culture they got that we ain't got?
Food ain't our culture, bro. We eat like shit. that's killing us every day. That's the damn weapon. And you right about that because I was explaining that to somebody earlier about the foods, like how the foods that we eat over here ain't accepted in the other countries. Like,
Hey, some of our foods need to be accepted in other countries because let's keep it real. A lot of them African babies is starving to
hey,
death.
whoa, I ain't even gonna let you do no shit like that, bro.
Come on now.
Nah, you can't do that, bro. You gotta take
We
that
can
back.
do that. Some of them folks are
Nah,
starving to death.
hell no.
Starving to
Can't do
death
that,
over there,
bro.
bro.
You can't do that, man.
What you mean we can't do
You
that?
can't. I'm finna goddamn make you goddamn go sit down with the ADL. Nigga. You can't say no shit like that, bro. What the
Why
fuck?
we can't? It's some real shit. Not all.
No, man.
Not all. But listen,
No.
we ain't got a lot of that going on over here.
But the reason why I don't like shit like that because it sounds like we down in somebody else because we up. Like we
Don't
ain't
they
up that
down us for
far.
saying we ain't got no culture?
Man, we ain't got to do the same shit they doing.
Listen, I'm not doing the same shit. All I'm saying is he was saying that our diets ain't really good for say that's a part of our culture, right? Now, granted, yeah, it can be healthier. I agree. But at the same time, it's still a part of our culture. All we got to do is just reshape it, revitalize it, make it better. You know what I'm saying? Eat healthier. We can switch it up. Our culture is our culture. We have to change it to what helps us benefit us.
Yeah, Walls made a good point too. We technically is the culture of things going on in the world, but we have no strong structure in. Oh shit, we have no. Damn, stop jumping. We have no strong structure in economic. We have no strong structure or economically together, spiritually together either. And I think that's the major thing that divide us is cultural people too with spirituality. Like I think we get in more arguments over spirituality than any damn thing. And because some person ain't this set or this that, then they can't build businesses and shit with them. You know what I mean? Like it be like that shit weird to me.
So what this is what I'm trying to understand what people say, right? What black culture is not going through the same thing?
I get what you. Again, bro. I can't. I can't say.
This the only thing.
I can't say what I'm thinking about, bro. Like I can't. I don't have the right words for it.
You can't say nothing because look, the only thing these other black groups can have over us is we speak another language other than English. That's the only thing they can say about their culture. Other than that, they ain't living or doing nothing no different from what we doing.
I'm not saying. I'm not even saying on. I think what I might. I don't know. I ain't gonna say it no more. Because I can't say it or articulate it like I want to, and it's kind of frustrating me at this moment.
What makes up a culture? Let's at least break down culture. What makes up a culture?
I don't fucking know. I would say I was gonna look it up too, but I would say like moral concepts. I don't necessarily. Maybe spiritual concepts got to be in it too. While you getting that together, let me read J. Paul comment.
Right.
We can't get our black race on one accord, especially with these elements that will continue to divide and keep the links broken: religion, politics, gender, sexuality, or sexual preference, and money. Yeah, I think, like I said, Paul, I completely agree with you on that shit, bro. I think religion is like the number one thing that keep us divided on a lot of shit. Not saying with just black culture. I'm just saying different races. That was Walls. We as black people, we are the architect of the culture. We design the way of We design the way of life on what's fresh, dope, innovation, etc. Other races profit off our skills, which makes them billionaires. That's what I'm talking about, Paul. When I say the three things that we dominate, we should be running, and that's entertainment, that's sports, and that's fashion. We should be running those three things, but we not.
See, this the definition of culture right here, right? The first definition is the arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievements regarded collectively. Don't we have a lot of art and other manifestations of human intellectual achievements? From educational achievements, from
But it said
musical
collectively though.
achievements.
It said
Huh?
collective. It says collectively.
Don't we
We
have that collectively as black people in
what?
America?
Uh,
You got the ladies, the black ladies that created the what was the
GPS?
algorithm for the NASA? I forgot whatever they
Yeah,
did.
the
You got
GPS.
them. You
Oh yeah,
got
yeah. Oh, you talking about was that Hidden Figures? Was that the name of that movie?
yeah.
The one that Pharrell Williams did?
We got the stoplight that was created by the black man. We got the refrigerator.
I mean,
Come on now.
but again, that's individually. That's not collectively.
They are part of the collective. They ain't learned nothing no different than we ain't learned.
So you saying I kind of feel like that's picking one person to say we strive for something greater
That's
almost.
what other people do. An African could come over here, become a damn brain surgeon, and he gonna say, "Shout out to Ghana." You know what I'm saying? I'm a Ghanaian American. They gonna all of them gonna take, you know what I'm saying, credit for what that man did, even though he learned over here in the American system. Right or wrong? Come on now.
I
The
mean,
internet that we on
I
right now.
I get what you. It was created by an African dude. I get what you
Well, yeah,
saying.
you're right.
I get what you saying, but I'm in conflict with myself because when you say collective, I feel like I guess one person could be the collective, bro. I don't know.
Okay, what name something that other people have done collectively that's above what we done? I guess as individuals in America.
That's why I said I don't know. I have to sit down and think about it because
They ain't this
that's what I said. I'm kind of in conflict about it. You know what me though?
no
When I
conflict.
with me personally, like with me, you know what I'm saying? You know, I sit down and read some shit for weeks before we even talk about it half the time. So
Because
like, you know
because
what I
you know what I'm
mean?
saying, you looking at it almost like how Egypt built the pyramids, like they all worked together to build the pyramids. So you can basically say, okay, they all did that together. When not necessarily wasn't the case. You had individuals that had individual skills that was able to organize certain labor forces together in order to create these different dynamics and monuments that we've seen in these hieroglyphs and all that.
You right.
But they, at the same time, it was an individual effort as well as a group effort. We got that same dynamic here in America.
Chris said culture comes with a diet that is for the what? That is for the cellular structure of our people, land ownership, clothing that is not determined to the health of our structure.
Not necessarily.
A language that comes from our original tongue and spiritual system. See, I'm more on that side.
But the thing is, you develop that over time, and usually you develop it from somewhere else.
Did y'all even know that? Did y'all even know that wearing mixed fabrics fucks with the DNA of black people? That's why you should study who you are as a non-ether being. You will realize why we need our own.
So the second definition of culture, right? It says the customs art, the social institutions, and the achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group. We have all that here in America.
What?
We have our
So
own
so you
custom and art.
okay? What's the
We
next
have
one?
our own social institutions, whether it be the barbershops, the churches, fellowship areas, grammar highs. You got
No.
academies.
We
You
can't
got
count
all that,
churches
bro.
because churches ran by the government anyway.
But it's still a part of our custom, our culture.
But it doesn't help or benefit us anyway.
I mean, it helped us get to this point, even though I don't agree with everything that they've done. Even though we see the flaws in our culture, like we can't say just because we have all these flaws that that's not our culture. There's a lot of flaws in our culture that we have to change in order for our culture to evolve. Just like the slaves, they seen a lot of flaws in the culture at the time because it was a culture that wasn't made for them. I agree, it wasn't made for them at first. It wasn't conducive to them, but they had to adapt in order for it to evolve and the people to evolve in order to get us to a point where we can continue to live and develop and become who we are today. We just have to keep building off of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The culture is the culture, whether we have flaws in it or not. We can't deny it just because it ain't really right on certain levels of it. Of course not. We were conquered. We are conquered people. We can't, we have to keep learning, what I'm saying? Keep gaining this knowledge and adding on to it and taking away from it. But we can't say, oh yeah, these people culture, they got a real culture and we don't, just because they culture is older than ours.
Right.
That's where I feel like we fall off at, and we feel like, oh yeah, we need to go back to what they doing. Hell no, because what they were doing led us to be here. In most cases, especially the ones in Africa, they culture ain't give a damn about us.
I get where you're coming from, but I can't necessarily say that. J. Paul said, what y'all think about Black Lives Matters? So you gonna read us the definition from the dictionary. We gonna fight.
Say what now?
She said, you gonna read us the definition from the dictionary. We gonna fight.
Yeah. Said Black Lives Matter, the organization, or you?
I think that we talk about the organization.
The organization, some bullshit for the most part.
Like, hold on, let's break it down because he didn't specify.
Okay.
So the organization we know was some BS from the get go. Like that was just, like Chris said, just something that they put out there to make it seem like they was doing something for us and wasn't doing shit for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what that part was.
I cut your screen went black.
I know it. My camera just went out and I ain't finna hook it back up. I gotta juice up another battery. But Black Lives Matter, I guess the phrasing or the fact that we were sticking together for something for that moment in time, I think that was the most powerful thing about it. Now, that organization side, I ain't got nothing good to say about it. I'm gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? What you think, Smurf?
Black Lives Matter, the movement, came about to counteract the police corruption that occurred when black people were being killed unarmed and unjustly by police. So we were saying, okay, the institutions of law enforcement and politics are not showing us enough attention for these circumstances in these cases. So that's why we said Black Lives Matter. That's all it stood for. That's all it meant. Mm-hmm. Black Lives Matter, the organization, piggybacked off that movement and created this organization that had a whole democratic leftist agenda behind it that was using our struggle in order to usher in struggles of LGBTQ mainly and other minority groups to come in and be able to protest behind us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's all it was. The movement, the organization was, and that was funded by George Soros, who was a venture capitalist. He has an agenda with the left or whatever.
Yeah, my whole thing was, dog, like them like how they pick their cases and all that other shit, bro. Like that was I feel like anything that we're not behind 100% as black people or FBAs, like if we don't run that head of that organization, and I'm talking about all the way back to the finances, then we have no say so of what's going on in it, because it's too much people pleasing within organizations in America, which probably is around the world. You know what I'm saying? One hand washes the other. You know what I'm saying? If you do something dirty, I'm gonna hold this against you until you do something good for me type shit. Like that's the world. You know what I'm saying? But if we as black people don't completely run an organization from top to bottom, I don't think we'll ever get anything structurally done. And because we don't financially trust our own people to, like, it's a certain guy in the music industry that went to saying a bunch of quote unquote like Black Lives Matters quotes, and I feel like he was capping on the shit too, because he ain't never talked about no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they could be dancing in a lot of videos and shit. They ain't gonna say no specific name. Oh. And like you can tell, you know what I'm saying? You can tell a lot of people be capping, bro, but like I think we be getting blindly misled because something feel good in the moment, and we don't do the background checks. And I think that's how we all get fucked up in relationships too. Something feels good in the moment, we don't do a background check on that person, and then 2 years down the line, you're like, why am I even with this type of person? I think we get the same thing happening with different movements in America. so-called movements in America and organizations. Oh, this look good for the moment. Let's jump on this wagon, and we getting fucked in the end. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel you, bro. And I say to that, one of the main reasons why a lot of times we seem to be kind of out of place and out of touch with a lot of movements that we need to, or a lot of actions that we need to take is because, well, another thing that's a part of our culture is we done got too comfortable with being led by our entertainers. We love to have our entertainers in the forefront of political discussions, economic discussions, and no other race of people does that. Like, you was not about to have the top singer or dancer in white society or Asian society speaking on political movements and stuff like that on their behalf.
Right.
Like, anytime we got some type of political movement as far as like voting and stuff, who they throwing out there in our face? Cardi B, you got Meg the Stallion talking about politics and why we should vote. You just had this whole ad campaign by some little organization, Black something, where they had a whole freaky behind commercial with Saucy Santana and Trina.
What?
Yeah, talking about no voting, no bucking. BUCKING.
Ah!
Yeah, we should vote, or you ain't gonna get no cutty or no bussy. We got entertainers leading the discussion for political agendas, bro. We can't have that.
Oh shit! So celebrities are scared to lose their sponsorships. I'm glad you said that. We're gonna jump back on that because I want to talk about that whole financial castration they've been doing to Kyrie. But what I do want to ask though, and I thought about this yesterday, because Stacey Adams said something about it. He was like, "These people ain't our black leaders." My question to us is, who are our black leaders now? Like, do we even have any? You know what I'm saying? And I know we not to dismiss people like the homie Amanda Seals. I'll never dismiss her work. What's the other girl with the state of emergency? The state of emergency book. She be with my son all the time. Dang. She the one that was out in Ferguson. They got locked up. Their whole clique got locked up or whatever.
You know that was a political stunt, right?
It might have been, but what I'm saying is, like, other than people like that we can kind of name within the culture, like, who are our so-called leaders? You know what I'm saying? And like, white people don't have leaders necessarily.
Exactly. Our leaders, the code, the people I follow. They tell us all the time, like, nah, we ain't got no just regular leaders. We got a code. That's the leadership. Because any other race of people, any other group, that's their leadership, the code, how you go about doing things. Yeah, you're gonna have certain people that stand out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can follow those people that stand out. That's natural, but the leadership should always be the code, no matter what person that goes out there in the forefront and make a push for our agenda do. But ultimately, in the end of the day, the leadership is the code. Whoever follows the leadership the most is the leader. Who follows it the most, and at the end of the day, who can help the people? I mean, if you can't really help the people, you're not, you know.
See, that's what I'm saying, J. Paul. He said, who can you say are the 10 black leaders of today? Like, I don't think we necessarily. I think we have them, but I think we have them because we in a certain vacuum of time. I think we got them in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
I can name them, but for the most part, I don't want to name them because, you know what I'm saying?
Don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, in a vacuum of time, if we take a zoom out look at the era that we came up in and the people that are actually teaching us certain information, our era of leaders going to look totally different than the Malcolm and Martin. You know what I'm saying? And I think because we look to the past, you know what I'm saying, that we feel like our leaders should look like the Malcolm and Martins, and the Marcuses, and it's not going to look like that right now. And I think that's where we get it confused at too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, That's one thing that I truly stand on about that. My boy J. Paul said, oh, leaders that stand out but none considered the face. I don't know what you was trying to say, but black leaders that stand out but none consider the face, or damn, this shit keep jumping.
I hold that thought.
Yeah, consider the face. Just look at. Smurf gonna have to give you that gym behind closed doors, bro. I'm talking about they aren't 10 white leaders either. I think that's what he was saying about being on code. You know what I'm saying? Just being on code specifically and knowing what our, I ain't gonna say personal agendas is, but what our agendas is for the collective community. So staying on code with that, and we don't necessarily need no leaders. And I think that's what we fuck up too, though. We have one leader, and that a leader get assassinated, then don't nobody know what to do. So I think being on code is the best alternative to that situation. Right, Cree? I ain't even see you post that, but yeah. Like every leader we've ever had has always gotten assassinated, and then we don't have nobody to fill that void or gap. But if they don't know where the head is, so to speak, they can't knock the head off. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the best policy. I wanted to jump back to the what J. Paul said.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah. I forgot what Paul said about the money though. But people act like they don't understand what the hell what's going on with Kyrie. You know, back to the Kyrie situation about how they keep chopping money off. And then, you know, the one of the places he was supposed to donate it to denied the money the first time, and they saying he still got to donate $500,000 to that organization, which is more than what he's donated through the year on different organizations. Like one organization, I'm gonna pull it up. And I got to start fact checking too before we start doing all this shit. But boy, we finna jump off this shit. I gotta lay it down.
What time now?
10 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Kyrie, a few of Kyrie's contributions over the last year: donated $323,000 to Feeding America, partnered with City Harvest to ensure that 250,000 meals were distributed to New Yorkers, partnered with Nike to donate 17 pallets of food and masks to the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, committed $1.5 million to help pay WNBA players who opted out of the 2020 season, paid off college tuition, purchased the house for George Floyd's family. Like, bro, why they want him to pay 500 racks? And then they denied it the first time. Like, I don't get that shit.
Cause it's a economic play. They know one of the biggest tools of warfare. If you want to attack somebody, bring them down, attack their pocket.
Right, and then you know what I'm saying. Economically, like we were talking about, the financial economical castration with lost his shit with Nike. That was like 500 racks. Suspended for 5 games with no pay. And then he got to do 6 other things, like meet with the ADL and some other shit. Like they kind of putting him on the chopping block in a sense, man.
Yeah, they butt breaking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they feel like they got to break him. You know what I'm saying? They feel like he done got too bold. You already they feel like we already done let you get off about the whole vaccine situation. Now they done brought up another one.
Right.
Because the organization ain't give a damn about that shit. It was just,
Yeah.
you know, you got certain people in that community You know what I'm saying? That said, you know what? We feel offended now because of
Yeah,
what he did.
and,
Do
and that's
something else to him.
what I'm saying. Like motherfuckers, like people don't understand that people. It's just a get back league.
Yeah.
That's a get back league. Like for real, you know what I'm saying? But in the same sense, him losing all that money, like I don't know what he gonna do, man. I just pray he make the best decision for him and his family. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, but like being put in a box like that, bro, and having somebody else control your life is the main reason why we got to jump on board and like really get with people that's putting us on these financial gems to get us out of certain predicaments. Cause again, you know what I'm saying? Why can't it be 15 to 20 people out of the NBA that's financially straight, create their own league? You can
Because
do it. Look what
he
Cube did with the big three.
you
Like,
got
come
to
on,
think.
man.
Their whole lives they've been entertainers. And outside of entertaining in the basketball court, what they do? Party, train, and that's it. They ain't
But
studying stuff like that. They
what
ain't
would but
looking into
did you?
business.
I want to see that episode. Is it my? It's my something about profession with Math Hoffa with
Yeah.
Derrick Rose. I want to see that whole entire episode because Derrick Rose he was dropping some gems and that shit too from the little clips that I've been seeing. But I feel like we as a people got to start having people around us that's smarter than us, man. Like we got to have people from every aspect of, and I ain't gonna just saying. I'm not just saying wealthy people or rich people. Your circle need to consist of one political genius, one financial genius, one fashion genius. You feel me? Like your cliques need to be well rounded. That way, when we do get in a position of power, we always got somebody to tap into that we trust. That's always on that type of information. You know what I'm saying? Like I can pick up a phone call and call whoever and be like, okay, for example, spirituality. I know I can pick up the phone or jump in Cree inbox and I'm gonna get a response. And it's gonna be some powerful information on spirituality. You know what I'm saying? I know if I need to get healthy and get my ass in the gym, like I got to get in the gym, I know I can call Smurf and say, Smurf, I need a little workout plan. I'm only gonna be in the gym 3 days a week and I ain't trying to be in there longer than 30 minutes to an hour. And he can get me a workout plan for that. You know what I'm saying? And he can get me a fitness chart, a nutrition plan to go along with it. We need people in
Mhm.
our corner that's multifaceted and everything. I know I can call J. Paul if I need video editing tips or, you know what I'm saying, recording tips. We got all that shit, you know what I'm saying, locked in. But we also need those political people that understand the political structures and how politics work and not just the people that say yes sir. You know what I'm saying?
See, we got to buy those. Cause one thing about it, another part of our culture is we've always been sabotaged and co-opted when it comes to making those moves. So unless we
Right.
develop one and put one in position, just going and trying to say, okay, yeah, I got a homeboy that's an expert or a homegirl that's an expert in political science, they're gonna be on our side. It's gonna be kind of hard because yeah, they may want to do good by the people, but when they start studying and they start networking amongst those little groups and they start seeing the incentives of, okay, if I do these people, I can get this type of bag,
Right.
but I just can't go all the way in and help my people because I ain't gonna be able to touch this bag. It's gonna be hard because the financial incentive ain't there.
But that's why I was saying earlier about being economically stable enough to get those incentives. Because I say it again, every time I've seen something happen in America, it's always been like the country done backed it, or it's been a lot of money in play. You know what I'm saying? And all you gotta do is do the you know what I'm saying, research and history. J. Paul's like, they own too much, plus others like them. It isn't nothing for them to band together and cut off someone's bag.
Yeah, for real.
Just as simple as a phone call. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. One person said, you know what? We finna cut Ye off. We finna cut Kyrie off. And boom. You know what I'm saying? The Nets even doubled back. They did something at first, and then they doubled back and made them, you know what I'm saying, and tripled it. So you know somebody feeding them the information, man. But black people got to learn how to stick together like that too. You got to learn how to like We got to
That
learn how to
code.
compromise, and we got to learn how to stay on code. But we also got to learn how to compromise too. You know what I'm saying? We can't all have it one way. You know what I'm saying? If we can put 7 ideas together and come up with one list, then that's the list we need to come up with. You know what I'm saying? We can't just the purple team got their list, the black team got their list, and the blue team got their list and think we're gonna get something done. It ain't gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
Most definitely not gonna happen like that. But before we round it up, bro, cause it is over with. Hachi bachi. What we need to most definitely is we can't grow we can't grow when you have consistent reminders of the ugly truth that they want to cover up.
I mean, we can
You
grow.
can grow. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think you can grow, but you got to be mentally strong enough to deal with it.
You can't go off on no tangent and play a dummy like Kanye West and go on a rant and give away all your ideas and plans.
Right.
Please. Like, really, bro? You just told everybody what the hell you want to do and what you plan on doing. And like they just ain't gonna go out their way to sabotage it. Like
Right. You most
that
definitely
ain't no
got to.
damn chess. That is checkers.
It's most definitely chuckles, but you also got to be. I think black people got to learn to be quiet enough until we get the information that's potent
Yeah,
enough that we can actually do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I've learned that in my own life in the last past year. Like I been knew it, but I actually put it to practice within the last past year. I ain't tell nobody shit about nothing I was doing. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to my mom. You know what I'm saying? And people can take it how they want to, but I felt so much happier doing it like that because you got other opinions and shit. But
Yeah.
when we dealing with a political landscape like that, bro, we can't show our fucking hand, man. Cause once they figure out what we doing, they can easily go back and put some bread in somebody's pocket, and that person that's sitting next to you gonna backdoor you. It
I
is
forgot
what
who
it is,
said this
man.
quote, man. Cuz like right now, man, black people, man, we can get bought off for cheap. So you really got to be extra careful with your moves. It ain't nothing for somebody to come through and spend between 5 and 50 grand to sabotage your movement.
Yeah,
So it's best to really like if we gonna play chess. Whenever we making business moves out here, we really got to play chess. All that co-signing, that bullshit Kanye had going on, that ain't no damn chess. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, he exposed some shit, but ultimately his moves is not. No. I can talk to a million well-known business people, well-known strategists, and they'll tell you, yeah, it seems like he just want to, destroy himself. That's what they gonna say. It seems like he's trying to martyr himself. He's trying to get the whole symbolic, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? What they call the martyrs in history, the prophet. He's trying to get the prophet moniker to his name, which is cool to a certain degree. But if you say he's trying to make a move 2 years later to become president, then we know what that means.
I mean, that
You
cat got
can't.
a bunch of antics, right? So I'm not telling nobody to follow nobody, right? But when we looking at people, man, certain parts of psychology shows, and I'm not saying that man crazy no shit like that, but certain movement let you know psychologically what that person is on, whether it's for themselves or whether it's for a collective or whether it's for a certain agenda. You know what I'm saying? You can tell by certain moves, certain mannerisms, how they talk. I think people really need to tap into that too.
Yeah, damn sure what no collective. It seems like a
Nah, most definitely.
individual,
Nah,
individual agenda.
I think he's trying to take a step back to do something. I just think he's going about it the wrong fucking way, man. Like
Yeah.
I think he's like if you pay attention to Kyrie press conference and every time they asked him certain questions, you can tell his thoughts was put together. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of handled it like he should have handled it. With Kanye, Kanye's like the nigga that want to do something but don't know all the information and just talking at the moment. And I feel like that's the major difference between them. So like,
Exactly.
I'm with both them brothers, man. But if push come to shove and they say we got to ride for somebody, my side already picked.
You feel me?
Yeah, man. Like we got to start doing that. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop hopping on every fucking bandwagon every time there's something in the news and just talk about that one specific topic too, because that's how they hiding a lot of shit too. Or that's how certain things are being hid in plain sight.
Right.
I would say that. But man, I finna get up out of here. It's been a long week. New single dropping on on some low energy vibrational shit.
Gotta throw it out there now and again.
Yeah, yeah.
Friday vibes.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If you go into the club and you need a little, you know what I'm saying, little shot, that's the song you throw on. It's my first feature as well. You know what I'm saying? My first big feature, semi big feature, however you want to call it. Featuring the boy Lil Quill, man. Shouts out to him for that feature on that song Long Stroke. It's dropping on all streaming platforms right now. It's doing like a slow rollout for some reason, but it should be on all streaming platforms hopefully by Friday. But make sure you go get them other songs like Legs Up. Make sure you get that jump Faded with me and Lizzo. Make sure you go get Girl, I felt your steps soon as you walked in here. Maybe you see something you like on a nigga, yeah.
Yes, sir.
What is the name of the song, fam?
I remember the post. That post was fire. That post you made was fire.
Baby, come here. But man, go look up the whole discography, man. Cause we've been dropping some shit for years, man, and we appreciate y'all support, man. Make sure y'all like, love, comment, subscribe, and share. Shout out to Cree, shout out to J. Paul, shout out to my boy Walsey. Them people always tapping in with us. Always love when I see them, man. Yeah, man, we gotta. I was gonna say something about our language too, but I slick think we got our own language. I just wish we can speak.
Talking about Tutnese, I'm learning it a little bit.
Yeah, I done seen some of that Tutnese stuff too. I ain't jumped on it.
I'm celebrating one of the holidays on the 24th, man. Called Retrocession.
Say what now?
Yeah, I'm celebrating one of the holidays on the 24th of December, man. It's called Retrocession.
And
Rise.
What's that holiday?
Rise.
Rise?
Mm-hmm.
Rise what though?
Like the rising of the people who rose from slavery.
I see.
So we just celebrating it.
I see.
See.
That's what's up, man. What you got going on, boy?
Man, got a mixtape dropping, man. I want to drop at the end of November, but it might be the middle of December. Depends. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple moves I'm making, man. But I'm keeping it kind of on the wraps right now. You feel me? I just want to go ahead and bust out with it on some cold shit. You dig?
Yeah, man. Cause I kept that feature on the wrap for like a whole year at this point. I ain't even gonna lie, but yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all share this stream. Make sure y'all get other people to tap in. Yeah, we went for an hour and 31 minutes. I kind of felt like it was almost 2 hours. It was kind of long. But yeah, man. Use your discernment when following people. That's how we gonna sum up this episode of Stay Dangerous Podcast. Hey, Pro Tools just dropped something that I can record the podcast in Pro Tools too. But I got to figure out how to get the update so I can actually start uploading it to like Spotify and stuff like that. But
yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, man, I've been trying to figure this shit out for fucking years, bro. But yeah, man, I guess new technology, new things. Peace, love, and light, man. It's Stay Dangerous Podcast, man. Your boy DJ 912, your boy Smicky
Smurf, man. Shout out to the culture, man. We got one, man. Let's stay strong with it, man. Let's hold on to it, man. Shout out to the culture.
Bet that up, man. Peace, love, and light.